Hiya folks, in today's video I'm going to be making some modifications to my sandblasting cabinet to make it extract the dust a lot easier. See you in a minute. Right, well this is my sandblasting cabinet. They're quite a common one. Quite a few people have actually got these ones. It doesn't come with any extraction, you have to provide your own. And I've been using standard vacuum cleaners. The one I've got at the moment is a Henry vacuum cleaner. These are quite popular, they're also quite dear as well. I think here in the UK they're about £135 to buy one new. But the problem I'm having is that the dust it generates inside, this extracts it alright, but it keeps filling up very, very quickly and blocking the filter in there. And you're forever sort of coming emptying this thing, so it's a bloody nuisance. So I was looking at MMXIX Mini's channel, Chris over there, and he's got a very good unit which I showed in one of my previous videos. Let me go and get it. And that is this little device. Now this is some sort of cyclone device, and basically it's an empty chamber. It's got the it's got two spouts on it and an opening at the bottom. The opening at the bottom fits onto a container, which we're going to do in a minute. And then we've got the spout coming in from your extraction cabinet, here for example, will go onto there. And then out of there will come to the Hoover or the vacuum cleaner. It's a little plastic device, it's only very cheap. I'll leave a link in the description below if you're interested in purchasing one of these. But I've also increased the size of my Hoover as well, my vacuum cleaner. As I say, this was a little bit underpowered, I think, personally, the Henry Hoover. So I've gone out and bought one of these, let me show you. Right, so this is a Vac King. I've only just brought this. This is a 25 litre wet and dry stainless steel vacuum cleaner. So let's just open this. I've not even opened it yet, look. So let's bring it out and see what we got here. I'm hoping that the hoses for this will marry up with this. This has got a 2-inch inlet on the inlet and exhaust part of it. So I did ask the chap in the shop and he said he thought this was 2 inches as well. Failing that, I'll have to get some sort of adapter for it. But I'm not too sure at the moment. Let's get it out of the box. Let's put it up here. Supposed to have a 3-year warranty. I've just been told by the chap in the shop. Well, although that looks quite big though, but as I say, that's just a flange. I'm presuming that inside is the hose pipe, because it's not in the box. Oh yeah, there we go, hoses inside. It does have a filter on it. Now as I say, with the original way of doing it, the filter gets this thing, the membrane gets blocked up in no time with all the dust. So including this cyclone device fitted onto a container, the dust actually comes into here, spins round and round and round, and literally just drops into a container, which we're going to bolt on in a minute, and the normal air just gets extracted away back to your vacuum cleaner without any of the nasty stuff in it. So now let's have a look here. I don't know what we've got here. Quite a long hose, although that goes on there obviously. So we've obviously got 4 casters, so they slide on the bottom, and they should clip into place, do they, or what? No, they just push in. So I've got 4 of them to go on. I thought they would have clipped in actually, but they don't appear to. Not that I really need to move it about, but it's just they're there, so I might as well put them on. Again, these are the sort of attachments I'm not going to be needing, the normal vacuum cleaner attachments. So I'll put them to one side. Now there are some screws here, so I assume there's 6 screws. I have to find out what they're for. Normally place to read instructions first of all, wouldn't it? Provision here, there, to screw the feet on. So I'm actually going to do that now, so bear with me for a minute. Right, so just pop that into there. Let's say, because the wheels can just come out like that, look, so that's what them screws are for. Now, to say, I probably could have got away with using the Henry Hoover, but I thought I might as well use this. Have a dedicated one, because I probably do need another one around the shop as well, because I do create a lot of dust with the sanders and the grinders that I'm using, so it's handy to have that Henry Hoover as a portable hoover I can use, or vacuum cleaner rather. Right, okay, let's turn it up the other way. Okay, put that up that way, the correct way. And basically, as you can see, it's just an empty chamber there, stainless steel, so it shouldn't go rotten or rust with the water if you want to use water. And don't quite know what that's for. That's probably to go around the dust filter by the looks of it. As I say, I should read the instructions probably, but I haven't done so. Right, okay, so I've just pulled that over there. Hopefully protects the dust on the filter membrane, I would imagine, because obviously some's going to get through, I would have thought, so just helps a little bit, I suppose. Right, I'm not going to put a bag on it, so I don't need the bags. Put that back on top. Put that on there like that. Yep, so that's the other two screws there, so you push that in like that, and there's two more screws left. So we didn't really need the instructions to work that one out, did we? Although I normally do use instructions, but I'm only human, and it's not exactly rocket science, is it? Hey. And there you go, that's it. So my only problem I've got at the moment now is that this hose doesn't really marry up. Will it go on the inside there? It might go on the inside there, so I'm not too sure. But what I'm going to have to do is to cut into this hose, and I could probably use it and just gaffer tape it for the moment. So let's get it over there. Right, okay, so this is my plastic container, which come with the grit. You can get these cheap anyway. This come with a gritting for me, aluminium oxide for me sandblasting cabinet. So I'm using that, and I'm going to fit that on there like that with some screws, and that means me drilling a hole in the bottom, which is that sort of diameter. So I've got this cutter here to do that, so let's get that done. Right, I haven't got to be too specific here. Put it on slow speed. Put that in the middle there like that. I've not measured this. Right, okay, that's through the lid. Like that. And all I've got to do now is to drill me 4 holes to line up with that. Just mark that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 holes. Right, just drilled in 4 holes. Right, there's me 4 bolts in the hole there, as you can probably see. Plonk them in there, they should go through there. Okie dokie. Alright, just nip them up. Right, okay, that's that. Now, technically speaking, we shouldn't need any vacuum in here or any holes in here, because the air comes in and comes out of there and goes to the vacuum cleaner. So this being a sealed unit doesn't really matter, because all that the dirt does is drop into this. So that's our little container like that. Let's go and rig it up to our hoover or vacuum. So as it is at the moment, what we've got, if you can probably see down there, this is the exhaust hole of the blast cabinet, which we've just stuck the hose in the end there, so that's in there like that. And at the moment that just comes down and plugs in to our vacuum cleaner there. So if I turn that on, come over to here, up to the top corner there, that's the extract hole up there, that'll be just sucking out. But that's all well and good. But that filter in that vacuum cleaner would fill up in actually no time, so that's why we've made this little device up. So I've got to divert this hose now, coming out of there, means me chopping into it, they're only cheap anyway. And I've got to decide where I'm going to locate this. It's got to probably stand on the floor, I would imagine. So I'm just going to take this hose here for the moment and just cut it probably around here somewhere. Again, there's no ribbon in this, it's literally just plastic, this hose. So I'm just going to cut it about there. Like that. That's going to have to go into the side one like that, so I'm going to have to make some sort of adapter in there to tap that onto there, and then the other one comes and sits onto the top like that and goes straight to the vacuum cleaner. So I'm just going to take them in for now. I'll be back with you in a second. Right, this is a bit ingenious. That's a coffee jar or a milk jar, something like that, what you get your powdered coffee in. As you can see there, that's the lid that goes on the top of it. And all I've done, because I haven't got an adapter for now, this is just to get us working, I've drilled the same size hole that the hose is in one end of it, and in the other end, which is the lid end, I've drilled the same size hole which tightly fits over there. So this hopefully should go on nice and tight now. There we go. Like that. This can then screw on. Like that. And for now, we've actually got the unit rigged up. I probably will get an adapter for either of one of those, but for the moment, at least it's got us out of trouble. And I can actually turn the unit on now. And as you can see, the vacuum hose goes into the top. That would suck air out of the chamber through this hose, so dirty air would come into here, spin around there, drop the stuff into the bottom, and the air in the chamber then would go straight up this tube back into there, thus leaving a clean air chamber because it's a more powerful vacuum cleaner, and also no dust will be entering the actual vacuum cleaner and blocking the filter up. And all I need to do every now and again is undo this chamber here, undo the lid to that, take this little plastic container out and go and empty that out, and that should save my vacuum cleaner from getting undue wear. One other thing to note when modifying these, the guns they come with aren't very good. I've still got the original gun or one of the same type. They're not very good. That's that one there, as you can probably see. All I've got is a hose. They supply it with quite a narrow tube that goes into the actual gravel. I've changed mine out for a 22mm tube there, or an inch tube. No, yeah, just about 3/4 in it, 22mm. It's less than 16, the one that comes with it originally, but and all I have to do is just keep stabbing that in. There's a better way of doing it. You can get some sort of attachment that fits to the bottom. Oh, here we go, sand's coming out. That fits to the bottom and it doesn't block up or whatever, so I will invest in one of them. One of the other things I've got to do as well is change the plastic sheet that goes on the inside of the glass. I've actually replaced the glass on my one at some stage, but these, as you can probably see when I pull this off, the actual difference is totally vast. There we go. Now again, that's the plastic film that you buy. It's got double-sided tape. Now to buy these is quite dear, but there are places where you can buy this acetone, buy some double-sided tape and do it yourself. You can get this in a roll. If I can find the link to the place to do that, I'll show it. I'll share it in the description below. But these are very dear otherwise, to buy 5 or 6 of these at a time. But yeah, I made the mistake once of using it like this, and it sandblasted this in no time. As you can see around the edges there, look, it's a little bit discoloured. This is pretty new glass, as I say, but yeah, at the top there, look, the top's there. That sandblasted it already. So always keep this area clean, and don't be tempted to sandblast with the protective films off. I've got another one indoors, I'll put that on in a minute. Probably not in this video. But the light's also very poor in here, and all I do is I've got these little battery LED lights, which I'll just turn on, and I'll literally just sit on the glass like that. And I'm sure you can see, if you look inside there now, really clear and visible for you to work with. So having good lights, I was going to put lights on the inside, but too much hassle leaning in there to get it, so just sitting it on the glass like that is ideal. You can get mains powered ones. This is just a battery powered one that I've got here at the moment, and it sort of does the job. If you have them off the glass like that, you get the reflection, as you can see there, and it's not very good. So lay them straight on the glass and you don't get that reflection, especially when you're filming inside the cabinet as well. So there you go. Anyway, that's my sandblasting setup. I've still got some modifications to make to it. One, as I say, is to get a decent gun and a decent feed going in there. It used to have a wire mesh tray in there, but I found things kept falling through there and I was losing sort of tiny, smaller pieces. Some people do put a little container in there and sandblast through that, or even sandblast through a sort of sieve or something like that if you're sandblasting smaller nuts and bolts as well. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed that little update I've done there. Thanks for Chris of MMXIX Mini who put me onto that little feed box. I'll leave the links in the description below for the vacuum cleaner and where you can get that little siphon thing from as well. There you go. Simple little addition will make all the difference. See you in the next video. Till then, bye for now.